Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. It's Courtney here with Read Your Library Sprints. Sorry I'm late. Of course, when I go to connect, I have technical issues. I had to reboot my router and actually I had to reboot it like twice. So, anyway, got it working. Yay for the hubby on that one. How's it going for everybody? Make sure you do some hydration, okay? I'm going to be trying to do a lot of that today because I worked last night. I think I got a good amount of hydration and I got about an hour or so of sleep. But just woke up recently and definitely feel like I need it. So there we go. So we're going to be here till about 2 o'clock today. I have to go to the dentist, the dreaded dentist. So that got to do that. So and they actually moved my appointment up a bit. So there's that. So we do have a time limit today, but we're going to get some good reading done. That's for sure. My goal today is to finish this book, which is what I'm reading. I was reading this at work last night. It's by T. Kingfisher, very short. It's like 150 pages, I think. So I'm well on my way to finishing that. So this is the book of the day. Yeah, I'm a little bit over 100 pages. So should definitely be finishing this on sprints. And that is the plan. That is the plan. Oops, sorry, moving things around. Before we get too much into everything, just want to know that we are, like I said, we're participating in Read Your Library Readathon, which is hosted by Atia and a few other co-hosts. We're all linked below. Make sure you check out the content and sign up and all that good stuff. We are basically reading our library books, okay? It's as simple as that. But there is a Discord, so make sure you go ahead and check out the Discord. There's a prompt sheet, a bingo board, and then there's also a challenge card prompt sheet as well. So you have easy, medium, and hard. Okay, I am doing medium, medium, medium. That's me. But you have easy mode, which is basically do the challenge card or do the bingo board, okay? Or we'll get a bingo, either one. So the challenge card is 4 books. The bingo is a bingo. I think that's 4 or 5 books, right? Or you can do the medium mode, which is where you're going to do the 4 prompts on the challenge card and get 1 bingo. That's what I'm doing. Or if you want to be a little fancy and spicy for the hard mode, you can do the challenge card of all the 4 books and then get a blackout bingo on the bingo card. Now, you can mix and match for a book that's on the challenge card, that's on the bingo card. You can use the same books for one of each of those prompts, okay? But no double tapping on the same prompt sheet. However, for the blackout bingo, with that one, you can double tap on the bingo card. So that's the only exception. So this readathon is very accessible for readers of all types. How you doing, Allie? Very accessible for all reading types. So you can feel free to participate there. Allie is also one of our co-hosts for this readathon, reading By the Book by Jasmine Guillory. I have heard of By the Book, but I have not read that. Are you enjoying it? Let us know. Let us know. I'm reading 9 Goblins by T. Kingfisher. I think I've read like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. This is my 7th book, if I'm not mistaken, by T. Kingfisher. So it's a good time. I'm enjoying her. She's always a good time. Either 6 or 7. I gotta look up that other book, The Hollow. Does that sound familiar? I'm trying to figure out if The Hollow is by Kingfisher. I think it's called The Hollow. I could totally be off. The Hollow by T. Kingfisher. Let me know if y'all read T. Kingfisher. They're a good time. Another name for, The Hollow Places. Okay, I have read that by T. Kingfisher. Now, T. Kingfisher also goes by Ursula Vernon. I think that's their official name. And then T. Kingfisher is a pen name. But either way, Same person, but good time, good time. I do enjoy her writing for the most part. So um, I've read a few of her books there. Ellie says, I made it like 10 pages before falling asleep last night, so I will let you know. Okay, so you're very early into it. Okay, not mad at that. Not mad at that. Give yourself a little time. Make sure you sleep really, really well. Get a good nap in and dive in on that one. Okay. Okay, we're going to be getting to our first sprint shortly. I just wanted to bring this book out for my book club, Tangibarine's book club. It's free. Just pick up the book and read it. Our discussion for this book will be on April 30th. Let me double check that. I was confused whether it's 30th or 31st, but this should be a very good, fun time. April 30th at 7:30 p.m. We will be discussing Lucky Seed. So it looks like a thick book, but from my understanding, it reads fast and the print has a lot of spaces. So should be a good time for April 30th. But read the book, show up, or ready to discuss it. Okay. I do have a list on my community tab of the books for the most part for the year. So if you want to kind of take a look ahead of time and see what's going on, if you need to request, I'm a library girly myself, so definitely need to be requesting my books in advance. So I know how that goes. So we are going to get to our first sprint here. Like I said, we're going to be here till about 2 o'clock today. And so goals to finish a book. Okay, that's my goal today. I'm going to get on this first sprint. Ooh, what is my screen doing? Some weird things. I don't like that layout. My first sprint, I'm going to go eat because I am hungry. Actually, I may wait a bit because I normally would eat in about an hour if I had not worked yesterday. So I'm going to hydrate, probably just have some tea and go from there. So this is our first sprint here. Okay, it is a love letter race. Actually, would be very fitting for Valentine's Day, but with Easter just happening and all the sweets and candies my coworker brought to work yesterday. Thank you, girl. By the way, this is the sprint that we will be doing. Okay. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to pick your winner. You have 1 through 4. You have green, purple, yellow, and pink. And obviously, I am picking purple because that is my jam always. So purple it is for me. So let me know what you will be picking. Uh-oh, okay. Allie's a purple girly too. Okay, I'm not mad at you. Number 2. Okay, so we have 2 for number 2. I don't see anybody else here. Let people trickle in a little bit, okay? But we are going to be number 2 here. Okay, so where is my cursor? Sorry, trying to find where my cursor is. Okay, so we have number 2. We're going to go ahead and start this race here. Okay, get this day popping. Okay, I will see you in an hour. Happy reading. The pink pushed it out at the last minute. Okay. Well, there you go. Pink it is. Pink love note. You know what? That's surprisingly fitting, okay, for a pink note in that respect. So, anyway, that was the first sprint. Let me know how. Where am I at? There we go. Let me know how that sprint went for you. Mine was pretty busy, actually. For me, just sitting here was pretty busy. So I went online, of course, wasted time on social media. And that was because I was trying to do some stuff and post things. And I actually got that done. I did like 3 separate things. So that was pretty good, especially considering I was like trying to find these things that I needed to post. So I did that, and I did make my tea, peppermint tea, by the way. Love some peppermint tea, which is pretty good. I didn't put anything in it. It tastes pretty good myself. So I got my peppermint tea, and then I did not finish, but I started sweeping the kitchen floor. And then I was like, hey, why don't I get my audiobook while I do that? So that was the plan. And then I sat down and started doing all the stuff on the phone. So that was the flaw in that plan of thinking that I would sit down and just, do one thing and then get up and do that. So I did not wind up sweeping the floor. However, I did note that the broom and dustpan are gone. And I believe that my husband went ahead and did some stuff. Now, it might be just he swept up that little pile I had. I'm not sure. I have to ask him. He took the dog for a little mini walk. But, that's a start. Even if he swept up that little pile and I still have to do the whole thing, at least he did something. So I need to ask him to see if I really need to continue sweeping the floor, or did you do the whole thing? Because he might have thought I swept the whole thing and that little pile was the amount of dirt, which obviously he lives here, should know it should be bigger than that. Anyway, so that was that. So then I am a T, blah, 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 blah. I supported Alicia's sprints. Alicia, Books and Things with Alicia. She is on her last sprint if you want to go by and show some love for the Morning Pirates. Did that. And then I also read some pages in Nine Goblins, okay? Pretty good. If y'all are not aware, Nine Goblins is by T. Kingfisher. She writes a lot of varied stuff, but a lot of fantasy stuff. But this is cute. I like it thus far. It's in her backlist, I think 2013. So I'm pretty short too, 150 pages. Where am I at in this book? I'm about 120. So I plan to be done before we get out of here at 2. So that is the plan on that one. Let me see. I did not mark, I don't know why, where we were at before I left. So I'm trying to figure out where we're at here. All right, so we had, I know Allie was here. Okay, so Allie picked purple number 2, which I did as well, and it was a no-go. Because 4, which was the pink for Valentine's Day. I don't know. Love that worked. We were hot. Hey, Ashley, how are you doing today? Welcome to the fold. Ellie says hi to Ashley as well. Bookish Euphoria says juggling enemies with benefits and losing control. I catch up on some admin. I like those titles. Salacious. Are they salacious? Because that better not be Fade to Black, okay? I hate when you have these titles. I'm like, Are those 2 books or 1 book? Let me know. It sounds like it could be 2, but it could be 1 as well. Makes for a good time. Ashley says hi to Allie. Hello, Miss Bonnie. How are you doing today? Stopping in before the workday gets crazy, and make sure you all like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. You know what is so funny is Oh my gosh, I don't want to get off this page. It's on Alicia's page on my thing here. But I actually referred somebody to a booktube short that you did. Was it yesterday? It might have been last night. I work night shift, so I be like randomly looking at videos and stuff in the middle of the night and stuff. So, but it was a video that you posted, Bonnie. It was a short about just buy the book. Life's too short, right? Just buy it. Don't worry about the finances. And maybe it was day before yesterday, but last night I saw somebody's video. It was a short they posted about looking at their finances or looking at some tax that they have to see if they can afford the book at a book festival. And I typed in, you should go to at Books with Bonnie's latest shorts video. So hopefully she goes by. I can't remember the channel's name, but I just thought it was hilarious because I was like, hold up, Bonnie just posted something about don't worry about the money. Now I'm just gonna go head to the library, but I completely thought it was hilarious. So it was like 3 a.m. I was hungry, but I thought it was funny, just the two together. Jessica picked yellow, which did not win. Working on some schoolwork. Ooh, okay, that's good. What subject is that? Let me know. Paul said, hello. How you doing, Paul? What's up with you? What are you up to today? Hello, Miss Faithful. How are you? Trudging through. I'm tired. I worked last night. I got about like maybe an hour, 20 minutes, kind of interrupted, bathroom breaks, asleep when I came in this morning. So not completely out of the woods for sleepiness, but I'm a trudge through the day, maybe get to bed a little early. I have a dentist appointment at 3. So, with that, we shall see. How are you doing today? Yep, there we go. Pink envelope for the win. And that's what happens. Why is this coming down here? Ooh. Hold up. I'm looking at all of these comments. Here's my comments, which was before the stream started. Okay. So Restream is doing some stuff, or maybe it's YouTube. I'm not sure. I was late starting my stream because obviously, which happens quite often, my internet decided to go down and I had to put my husband to crack the code to get the internet working. So I was about 8 minutes late or so to sprints. So this was before this comment, before it started. So now we have all of these comments before. So I'm not sure in what order these things were in, but I see y'all comments, y'all. these weren't here before when we had our first initial break or whatever, if you will. So yeah, don't know what's going on because I remember all of Allie's comments here. These are the ones that I remembered. So don't know what happened. Restream just really wants y'all to talk. All right, well, that worked. Hold on, where is this doubling? I see a doubling of comments on here. Okay, I'm just gonna go further down. If I'm duplicating some stuff, let me know. I see comment blocks twice on my screen here. See, I see the judging enemies thing. I did all that. Let me go down to the bottom. Oh, that is so weird. All right, well, I think we're at the bottom. I think I've read all of the comments that now some look like they got cut off. Hey, don't know what's going on, but you know what? We are going to persevere. It looks like I've at least read all the comments. Okay, so keep your comments going. Not sure why there is some duplicates and cut off of others, but there's that one. So we're going to go to our next sprint here. I'm going to get some food because it is food time and I am hungry. Okay. Let me know if you brush your teeth before you go to the dentist. Yeah, really weird question. I know, but let me know. I want to get some food in me before I go to the dentist, but I like to brush before I go. Um, I just think that the dentist is going to judge me if I go in there with a mouthful of food. So you let me know. That's what y'all do too. Random question. I just thought of that. Don't know why. Let me see. Oh, why does this come out here? You can't see all of them. Let me get this comment off the screen here. Where is this comment? Wow, these comments are just doing the most, y'all. Now I got other ones here. Jessica says the class is called Document and Presentation Software 101. It is going over how to use the Word app on the computer. Ooh, that's a good course to have. Make sure they throw in Excel or something like that too. And Google Sheets. That seems to be a big thing these days. And now I have this again. Wow. Yeah, Restream is doing some things. Okay, I guess I should just have to scroll down. It seems like it goes up and has comments, and then it goes down and has comments, but it's the same comments. So I guess I'm gonna scroll all the way to the bottom, so I'm not duplicating stuff. So let me get this off the screen again. Okay, so here are our choices. Okay, I am hungry, so we are going to do a food race. So we have a pie for one, a cupcake for number two, a donut for number three, and four is a fruit and veggie basket. Mm, mm, mm. Now, as much, y'all, as much as I would love that cupcake and donuts, I'm going to be good because I'm trying. It's hard in these streets, y'all. But I am going to go with number four and choose the fruit and veggie basket, okay? It won't always be that. If I could put that cupcake or that donut, just one of them, I don't need all of them. If I can just put one of them on top of that fruit basket, I'd be a happy camper, But it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and choose number four and call it a day. And, hopefully, that nutrition will trickle down. I think I'm going to go ahead and have a salad for lunch here. So, okay, hopefully this catches up. I'm not sure. Let me go back up here. Restream is... I'm not sure. I don't know if it's holding your comments either. Let me see what this looks like. Okay, sorry, Alicia. I'm going to have to get off the screen here. I'm trying to see. Make sure y'all go by Alicia's Sprints and give her a nice big thumbs up. I'm going to see what this looks like on my phone. Where am I at? Where am I? Cabbage to my heart. Okay, that works. I do see some comments that came in here. I'm trying to see what you see. And of course, this is doing the hold up. Drama. Hello, Molly. How are you doing? I'm here, but I'll be quiet until book is done. I'm kind of close. And don't blame me. My goal is to get through my book too. Okay, I'm gonna get some food real quick and sit down and read. My goal is to finish this book. Hi, everyone in the chat. According to Molly, there we go. Molly, pick your winner before you go. I don't even know if this is in real time. And when your comment, it might have been 5 minutes ago. I'm not sure. Jessica picks number three. You got that donut, that Homer Simpson donut. I don't blame you. Donut. Love it. Okay, I see real time, but comments and there we go. Let's see. Okay, so I don't see duplication of comments and stuff on here on my phone in your chat. So that's good. You're not seeing a bunch of craziness. However, on my end over here, it looks a bit nuts, but at least it looks like it's the same comments. I just have more. So I'm gonna just scroll to the bottom regardless of how much it keeps going up. Jessica says, I like to brush before I go to the dentist. Yeah, it's just a good palate cleanser. I don't want them to think me like you don't floss. I was like, I floss. I had a dental hygienist once. Oh my gosh, I wanted to go in on her talking about Yeah, people be lying and say they don't floss, blah, blah, blah. Like she went into this whole spill when she asked me if I floss, and I said yes. And she went into this whole spill. And then afterwards, like she basically accused me of lying, that passive aggressive lying. And then she was like, oh, it actually does look like you floss. You have good dental hygiene. It's like, why would you sit there and go through all that craziness? But anyway, last time I went to the dentist, they tried to sell me a $500 mouth guard. I was not about that life. So I just got one from Walmart and call it a day. And it works pretty well. It actually looks just like theirs. Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing, Luna? What is going on in the world with you? Let us know. Let us know. Pick your poison, by the way. We got a food race we're about to start. Okay. Jessica's number 3, and I am number 4. Let's see, making sure the sound is here. And we're going to get started here. Okay. I'll put my question in the chat. Happy reading. I'll see you in 45. And it's the donut. Okay, that is so fitting. That's fitting, but I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the donut for winning because it is delicious, very delicious. I did want four, but not going to be a hater on the donut. So there we go. How was that sprint for everybody? Let us know. Let us know. Let me pull up another timer here. We're going to do another 45 and we'll see what we have left after that. My goal is to get out of here around 2. A little bit after is okay too, but around 2. So that sprint, I did manage to eat breakfast. I had a nice big salad and I sat outside since it's such a nice day out there. The guy looked like he finished the lawn maintenance he does on Tuesdays. Quite often, which is why I don't sprint outside. However, he kind of comes and goes sometimes, which is the reason why I don't set up outside. I do miss my other house for that reason of being able to sit outside and be in a peaceful environment, because here do not have that as a luxury. So whatever. Anyway, so I sat outside and I ate, which was yummy. Nice big salad, and then and I was reading Nine Goblins, so I got through some of that, and I'm just looking for a. We'll do this one. This one's cute. So I got through. Dropping my bookmarker. I'm at 135, so I am in here. So hopefully I get some good amount of reading on the next sprint, and maybe I can finish this book. We shall see how that goes. You know how that is. Oh, hold on a sec. Pressing too many buttons over here for this timer there. There we go. I got a cute one here for us. So that was my sprint. Hydrated, took meds, all those good things, drank some water. I actually just got a refill on that water as well. Yeah, okay. I make sure y'all hydrate and all of that good fun stuff. Always a good time doing those things because we need them. So I posed this question right here about, do you brush before going to the dentist? And for those of y'all that were not here before, I stated that because I am going to the dentist a little bit later and just curious about people's habits. Now I'm looking for where I left off, and I know I starred and I don't see it. There we go. Finally. Okay, there we go. So Luna saying hello as we are really going into the sprint. And says, I'm currently reading The Beachfront Inn by Ainsley. I like that name, Ainsley Keaton, a book I bought when I was in London in August. Ainsley Keaton just sounds like that would be an author's name. Well, hopefully you like The Beachfront Inn. What type of genre is that? Let me know. You're going to pick pie. Okay, yeah, pie wasn't the winner. It was the donut, but pie can be delicious. I'm particular about pie. What is your favorite pie? I like a good peach cobbler, and I do not like cherry pie at all. Okay. Okay, this is me saying I'm going to go outside with my salad, enjoy some Mother Nature. Hello, Miss Alicia. I'll be lurking, figuring out the day. You always have a productive day, okay? So hopefully you're able to get some things done. Luna says hello to Alicia. Alicia says hi back. And Jess says, hey, Courtney, I woke up very early this morning because my smoke alarm decided to start chirping at 3 a.m. Oh, of course. Of course, why not? It's just normal, right? So was it like a chirp, like long pauses, or one of those consistent chirp type things? What was going on with it? Probably need a new battery. You know, those smoke alarms are those things that you don't think about anything about, right? Until they go off. They'll work, and then it'll just randomly just come up. And you're like, okay, time to change the battery. That's your cue, you know? And it starts going like chirp, chirp, chirp. And they have those new 10-year ones now. So, you know, you definitely don't think about them very often until they go out. And they're super expensive. Kiwi says, I have 100 pages left in If on a Winter's Night by, oh, hold on. If on a Winter's Night, a Traveler. Hold up, I said that right. If on a Winter's Night, a Traveler. Is that the title or is something missing? Let me know. And it is very strange and challenging. Hey, you know what? It keeps you interested, keeps you on your toes. Okay. Are you enjoying this strange, interesting, challenging book? I don't know. And let me know what's strange and challenging about it. Okay. Like House of Leaves. I have not read that, but I hear people either love it or they hate it. But I hear that's a challenging book to read because something about the format. Is it something like that? This is, oh, why is this doing this again? Okay, so Restream is doing this thing again. It's like repeating comments. So let me see. So maybe that was the last comment here with Jess's comment. Let me see where we're at. I have to go all the way to the bottom, which I thought it was. No. Okay, I'm over here. Okay, so Jessica said, whoo-hoo. And Paul got some work done. Jessica's still working on some schoolwork. Have at it. Red Sun started dinner, which I need to finish up making. It's basically falafels and pita with hummus, salad, and tomatoes. That sounds very healthy. I like that. I like that. Yum, yum, yum. Are there people who don't brush their teeth before going to the dentist? I mean, I don't know. I've known two people that said that they don't. One, I don't know if he was joking or not, but he says he eats Oreos because he he said he eats Oreos before he goes because he wants to make sure that the dentist, what did he say? I get my money's worth. Give them something to work with. I don't know. That was probably a joke, but not everybody does that, you know. I had one coworker that I brought that up to, and he said, "Why are you doing that? You're going to the dentist. Like they're there to clean and your teeth and stuff, you know." And I was telling him, I was like, "Well, that's like a deep clean. This is like a surface clean. I just want to put like a good foot forward, I guess. I don't know. I just don't like a bunch of grime on my teeth going into a dental appointment. I'd rather a clean palate so they can see like this is what it looks like on a daily basis without maybe some new plaque or something or new debris that I put on it. But everybody has a different rule of thumb with that. So I'm just curious about what people's habits are. Alicia says, I always brush before going, and then they always seem to find something wrong. I don't like going to the dentist either. I don't. I feel like there's always something. And it's like cars. It's like hidden things, and it's never cheap, even if you have insurance. Like when I was there last time, right? So they were telling me that I grind my teeth at night, which I could have told you that, right? And so they were like, you need a mouth guard. And I had this little flimsy one that I bought at Walmart like years ago. It is very flimsy, I will say, but it just keeps the teeth from hitting each other, and not very supportive, but it does the trick for what it is that I needed it to, right? And I'm not a consistent wearer. I should be. I tend to go on sprees where I wear it for a week or two and then don't wear it for like a month or two. So I'm trying to be better. But they were trying to sell me a mouth guard that was like $500, but they tried to tell me that my out of pocket would be like $75. But I'm sitting there looking at this insurance, and I called my insurance company just to kind of ask about it. And they were like, no, your out of pocket is going to be like $375. So don't ever trust their breakdown of costs at the dentist because if you have insurance, because they have whatever breakdown that they have in formulary about what they perceive it's going to be. But also that fine print does say that, hey, this is an estimate. Final cost is up to your insurance. So you don't want to submit up something that you think is going to be $75, $30, $40, $50. And then the next thing you know, you get a bill that's like $300 or $400. So I always run things by my insurance before I get any work done. Like I feel like if I walked in here fine for regular cleaning and you found something, it's not going to hurt me to not get it done today, you know? So a lot of times they try to make you do things really quick because it's a money thing. And also, I mean, not to be a conspiracy theorist, but I have my moments. Not everybody goes to the dentist. So dentists tend, it's like veterinarians. Not everybody takes their pets to the vet. So for the people that do, it means that maybe they perceive that you have money or money you're going to spend. And so I feel like it can be a bit of a money grab at times. So I'm always kind of apprehensive for things that they recommend, especially if I'm not having any issues with my teeth. What I did like though is that when I went last time, because this is my first time going to the dentist. So they did the x-rays and all that other crazy stuff. And the dentist tried to do not a hard sell, but he did kind of really push about this mouth guard. And I was apprehensive, but I was like, give me the breakdown and I'll take a look at it. And then he made an appointment and I had to come back, which was the first time I had to come back to see the hygienist for a cleaning. And she said that it's not something, she said, what did she say? Oh, she said, hey, look, I know that price tag is steep, but go to Walmart or something like that, drugstore or whatever, and get a mouth guard. And she recommends not that double one that I used to use, or the trays or whatever. Get like a single tray. And she said, use that for a few months and get comfortable with it. And then you can come back for ours. Now, I don't plan to go back and get one of theirs. I like what I have and I'm going to stick to it. It looks exactly like what they have. So that's what I plan to use. But they were talking about they get the custom fitted and all that stuff. And truthfully, I believe what I have, it's the same mold. Like they use that same resin material where you go in, you bite down, it takes the mold impression of your teeth. That's exactly what they do. Maybe theirs is a little bit more exact, but I feel like mine's not broke, don't fix it. I got a more supportive mouth guard and I'm comfortable because I actually bought two because the first one I had, I used it. And then I went to, you got to heat it up to mold it. I did it again and I messed it up the second time. I should have just left it the way the first time. And the maximum you can do it is 2 times. Otherwise it gets warped. So I threw that away and spent another $15 and got this one. So anyway, I'm happy with it. So we'll see what they come up with this time. I just hate that they're like, oh, you need this, But I haven't had any feelings or anything. I feel like as long as my teeth are fine, like I'm not having pain and things like that, I'm going to put off work as long as possible. My husband, every time we go there, it's like $500-600 because anything that they recommend, he's like, yes. I hate that. I feel like it's me being the skeptic and him being the yes man sometimes. It's a bit frustrating. Sometimes it's okay to question medical professionals. Like I work at a hospital with medical professionals on a daily basis. And them being questioned has definitely saved, it truthfully has saved lives. I don't know necessarily on my part, I've saved people thousands of dollars by questioning a medical professional. And I've saved, probably lives because I recommend and stuff too. I was like, I don't think they need that. And then I've had doctors, like even last week, I questioned that doctor 3 times. And each time I added in more information that they should have already had. And I think that they were missing. So it's like a delicate balance of not being disrespectful. Because to me, as a person, but also as a profession, because, doctors think they do everything. So you do have to kind of feed into the ego a little bit. But it's just being respectful of their knowledge, but giving them some details that, hey, there's some additional information we need to think through before we go through this course of action. Because I don't think, as in my profession, I don't think that that's necessarily the right course of action. So meet them in the middle. Seasoned nurses and professionals that have been around the hospital a long time. Like, I haven't been around 20 years, but them nurses and people that have been around 20 years, they are not afraid to question some doctor. Doctor, we ain't doing this. No, you know, I have a little bit more tact than that, but I do think it's okay to question a medical professional, especially when it comes to your health care. Just do it respectfully. And it is also okay not to take the recommendation. You don't have to. I mean, if it's something life-saving, I suggest you do it. Hey, uh, your heart is weak and it's going to stop pumping. You need these pills. I would probably take those pills, you know. But if they're like, hey, you know, you like, I went to a doctor and he wanted to do a surgery. I was having all sorts of allergy issues and he wanted to do a surgery first time I met him. And he was like, well, this isn't going to really completely fix the problem. There's a good chance it'll come back. Then why am I doing this surgery? I said no. And he was dumbfounded. I had the audacity to say no. I am not letting you rearrange my nose for something that you haven't completely figured out everything about. And you're telling me it's going to be a recurring issue. In the end, after 3 more doctors, I started taking a nasal spray and I was good after that. So it's like, I'm glad I didn't have surgery, you know? So anyway, there is that. But there are people from like an old school mentality that don't believe in questioning doctors. I know in some minority communities, I'll say specifically in the African American population, like those old school people, like my mom, have always been taught don't question doctors, especially like Caucasian doctors. She, even to this day, she just, it's like, I don't know if it's a fear, I don't know if it's a respect thing, but it's, you know, she comes from that era where you don't question, you know, which is, well, we don't have that era anymore. You need to question because they do some sketchy shit. And I have seen doctors do some sketchy shit, especially with minority populations. And you know, that's why you need to have a good diverse amount of medical professions, because there is innate biasness that is put in that, just like with humans, and we get trained on that as well. But my mom will like be like, oh, well, your sister needs to come with me, and I'm like, I don't know, I feel bad that she doesn't advocate for herself and she feels like somebody else needs to. So, and we all clam up at times, but I just feel like she needs to ask more questions. Anyway, Grace says, good afternoon. Reading Into the Blue by Emma Brody, currently at 22%. Hopefully you're enjoying Into the Blue. Chris says, I find the dentist relaxing. Really? I know everyone else finds it frightening, but I find it relaxing because they explain what is happening and there are no surprises. They should. If you have a good dentist and good dental hygienists, because those are the people you see, they should explain everything step by step. I mean, you're right around here. I need to know, what are you doing? Like, don't sneak up on a girl, you know? So I understand that, but not everyone has that same experience. I've been fortunate for the most part. And if they did, they'll be like, oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you this, you know? So, yeah. I think when you get especially like a lot of my offices I've gone to, it's a lot of younger people. They tend to be a lot more apprehensive because they're newer, and so you get things explained a whole lot more. But yeah, it all depends on where you go for sure. I don't mind I was gonna say I'm not scared of the dentists. Like, it doesn't frighten me, like with the sounds and the drills and things like that. I just don't like someone hovering over me and I'm like, this, like, it's not comfortable. Okay. And I'm like, where do I look? Do I look in your eye? Do I look here? Sometimes I close my eyes, but then I'm like, what the heck are they doing? So then I need to open my eyes. It's just uncomfortable. That's the main thing. Like, you have somebody like all up in your grill, and I'm not one of those people that like people all up in my grill. I never have. Like, I'm one of those give me 3 to 4 feet people. And this is definitely very close for comfort. So that's where I have issues with. Plus, like I said, it's always something extra they want you to pay. Like the fluoride treatments. They act like your teeth are going to fall off if you don't have the fluoride treatment. So I always get that. And a few years ago, it used to be $25. Now it's 50 at a minimum. So you have that, but then there's always something other than that, And then I'm like, no. And then they look at you like, well, I'm like, no. Like, um, I have it, I call it a ledge, but it's like where I guess when you either brush your teeth too hard or over long periods of time or clench, but it's kind of like wearing away of the enamel or whatever. And the tooth's kind of cracked at the top. But it doesn't give me any issues. It's not sensitive or nothing like that. But they were trying to sell me $150 per tooth filler a few years ago. And they were like, well, these things do typically fall out after a year and a half. Then I'm like, then why would I get a filler and pay 150 per and I needed 4 for something that's not going to last? That's not really worth my time and effort if I'm not having any problems with it. Now, if I started to have problems, I understand. So, but yeah, things like that just annoy me. But we don't have the knowledge to be able to debunk that either. It's like cars. You go in and they're like, oh, your transmission's going to fall out. I don't know. It's like, oh, I don't want my transmission to fall out. Here's $2,000. And then they did nothing. It's annoying. Things like that. Luna says, I think the beachfront inn is contemporary. Not 100% sure yet, but then the main characters are in their 50s. Okay. Is that like a cozy read type thing? I can't really imagine going to the dentist with lots of chewed up food between my teeth. Yeah. Well, I mean, just a rinse. I mean, you could just do a good gargle, type thing. I just want to make sure there's not like debris. Like, I want you to have a nice clean surface, especially if I've been eating a lot of things. But I call it a dirty brush, but it just means it's quick. It means I'm not like taking the time to make sure I get every surface like I do in the morning and the night. It's just a quick, rinse with some water. And there you go. Like, I don't need to be manicured. Like, ooh, she just done polished everything. Not that. Just the idea that I don't want any excess debris around. I don't need any big abject stains to make it look like I've never brushed my teeth. I mean, they can tell because they get. It's a difference between when they put that little pick in your mouth. Something that comes off quick, it means it's new, versus something that's they poking at that you can tell has been there a while. But still. Yeah. Got to clean it up. It's like us ladies when we go to our appointment. You know what I'm saying? You gotta clean it up. It's like a date. I told my husband going to that appointment is like a date. Like it's gonna look better for the doctor than it is for you. Everything's pretty. I'm smelling good. You even put on new underwear, even though they don't even see those. It's like, look, this needs to look good for this extremely uncomfortable, invasive appointment that I don't even want to go to. That type thing. Chris says, I agree about the dentist. Even when they can't find anything wrong, they'll say, there are stains on the back of your teeth. Yeah, but you know what? Then just clean it. Like that's the way I look at it. If it's something like that, then hey, it's always something. Teeth are old. Like think about it that way. Teeth are old. And it's like hair. There will always be something wrong, even if they look good, because they're old. And it's cumulative, the damage and the wear and tear that we do. It's not like we get brand new teeth every year or something like that. So there is definitely always going to be something. My thing is, I don't want to pay for something new, a few $100s every time I see you. Who looks forward to every time they see you, you have to shell out money? That's just like them family members. When you only talk to them when they need money. My brother's that way. Whenever he calls you, you already know it's for some money. And it's not like $20. It's a few $100s, And I'm like, we both work. Anyway, that's another story. But it's like that. So I get anxiety. I don't know. Some people like to go around spending money. I don't. I like to be particular about what I choose to spend my dollars on. And medical is not there because this is like something that I'm paying insurance for. So I'm going with insurance. So now I'm still shelling out money. The insurance is already expensive. And now you want me to shell out even more money and write a check? Yeah, that's crazed. Okay. And that's the money aspect. Now, like I said, it's uncomfortable. You're digging in my mouth, making me uncomfortable too. I just want to get out of here as quick as possible. It's so annoying. Luna says we don't have insurance for the dentist here. Really? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So everything is a pay for play when it comes to services like that. That's interesting. Oh, I did not think of that. Yeah. I'm thinking how that works. Okay, well, I guess if you don't have insurance, they don't. Are they affordable? I'm thinking of in my head, I'm just thinking of here we had this thing called EOB, explanation of benefits, right? And it basically is an explanation, like a breakdown of what you paid when you went to the dentist, right? Like it's what the dentist charge, what your insurance covers. No, actually, hold up. Okay. So if you have insurance, right? Well, everybody should get an EOB. So when you have insurance or when you go to the doctors here, the EOB comes and it's, hey, this is what the dentist or the medical professional charges, right? If you don't have insurance, whatever they charge is what you're required to pay. However, if you have insurance, you have the breakdown of this is what the medical professional charges. This is how much insurance authorizes for that to be charged. And then this is the insurance portion of that. And then this is your portion. Those can be significantly different numbers. And if you did not have insurance, that shit can be absolutely crazy. Okay. Crazy. You can go from a $5,000 bill of what the doctor charges to the insurance company says the maximum we're going to pay for this is $1,500. Like it could be that drastic. It can be $50,000 to $5,000. It could be that big difference. So if you didn't have insurance, you're paying this huge bill. But insurance is like, we're only going to pay this amount. And of that amount, now we have our copays and our 2080 or whatever. So I'm paying a percentage of what the insurance says that they are authorizing for this procedure. They pay their part and I pay my part. So when you look at the breakdown of, darn, I'm going broke paying insurance. If you look at that EOB, you're like, I got to steal. That's crazy. Absolutely nuts. I just, y'all, it's crazy. Yeah, but when you don't have insurance, it can really be a drastic difference. And I've spoken with people at doctors' offices that have talked about that. And I was just like, man, it makes you happy and sad to have insurance. But if you, it's already affordable. I know in other countries, healthcare may be a lot more affordable than here, but y'all, Hello. How are you doing? What's going on today, Miss Renee? Stopping by to say hi, pub quiz soon. Oh, okay, you got a quiz. Okay. Fingers crossed. It really blows my mind how capitalistic thinking is ingrained in the US. Very different from it. Who you telling? Of course. You're in Scotland? No. Oh my gosh. Why did I? Scotland? Hold up. Do I have? If it not, of course I'm dropping things now. Are you in? Not Scotland. No, not Norway. What am I thinking? I forgot. Norway. Why is it not found familiar? Switzerland? No. For some reason, Norway is sounding familiar to me. I don't think you're in. And where are you at? Let me know. How about I just let you tell me? Sorry. Luna says, hello, Renee. Have fun at the pub quiz. It should be fun. You're probably gone by now, but I would really like to know what your prizes are. Alicia says, my dentist sent me to a periodontist, and then the periodontist took over the treatment. Then the dentist kept calling for me to make an appointment. So they were trying to get me twice. Ooh, don't you hate when they do that? Well, I guess the dentist is like, I'm your primary. But I'm like, I can see once all the things that the orthodontist is supposed to be doing is done, then my next follow up, I come to you. But I don't see why I'm having to go back and forth if it's not something that you handle. Yeah. It's a money grab, y'all. It's a money grab. I'm telling you, they get the people that are going to the doctor, they try to get as much out of them as possible. Alicia says, magically, nothing is getting better, and they keep having me make appointments. I'm tired of going and I don't have that kind of money. Exactly. Exactly. I was like, I need to get a result. Okay. And don't have me come up here just to sit and talk. My doctor had that, like, was it last month? I kept going through these blood tests and up in medication, all this other craziness. They were trying to regulate my potassium. For some reason, it was low. I've never really had that issue before, but I moved to Florida, and next thing you know, my potassium is chronically low. Well, it took a year, and now it's chronically low. I don't get that. I've never had that issue before. But so they're like, oh, well, you need that. So they kept having to go to blood tests or whatnot. And then I went for some dermatological, say that 3 times, dermatological. And then they're making me an appointment with a specialist, but then they're like, oh, well, you have this other appointment. And I show up and they're like, well, what do you want to talk about? It's like, what do you mean? Y'all made this appointment with me. Oh, well, the other issue was handled before. I was like, well, why did you call me afterwards to make an appointment with you? That's a money grab. I feel like I shouldn't have paid for that appointment. So while that doctor was there and I'm sitting in her office, I'm already paying for that appointment. You know what I did? I talked her ear off for every single medical issue I have had. We talked for 45 minutes. Any the slightest medical issues, and I went over every single thing that I get treated for specialists by. I had her go over all the medications. I asked her all these little minute questions. I'm like, we're going to get my medical experience worth. I wasn't like testing her. I was just like, well, while we're here, let's talk about this stuff. Okay. Well, do you think that this is because of this? My potassium's low. Do you think it's the water? Because when I was in New Jersey, I was fine. But here, what are the minerals in the water here? I'm like, we're going to talk about this. You think I should be using bottled water? Because I have a filter I bought at Walmart. But then there's this aqua place down the street. We don't talk. You just wasted all my time and my money. And I know I'm going to have to pay for this appointment. So let's just talk about all the reasons why I could be having these random things pop up. And then let's revisit all these things you sent me to specialists for. Let's just re-talk about those too. Get a second opinion, I guess. So she was very accommodating, but I know she was ready to get out of there afterwards. I'm like, well, there you go. Oh, hold up. I'm sorry I missed this. Chris says, custom mouth guards can often make problems worse, and they won't admit this. They will then charge you to fix the problems they cause by having you get a customized mouth guard. Ooh, like what type of problems? Let me know. Because I do need a mouth guard, period. So customized or not. And I got one, like I said, it looks just like theirs. They even explain what they do in the office. They take a mold, they affix it to the mouth guard and make it match your teeth and all this stuff, and then they send it to you. To me, I feel like that's kind of the same thing I did with the one at Walmart. The lady said use it for 3 months, and if you like it, come back. I like mine. I think I'm going to keep it. And even before, they were like, well, mouth guards, you can replace them like every 6 months. I refuse to pay $500 for a mouth guard, and I'm still replacing it every year or whatever. Nah, I can just get a brand new mouth guard. I don't know. I do know that just that compression of it, like in your mouth, can sometimes make your teeth kind of like, since I've been wearing my mouth guard, or maybe just over time, I have like a little small gap in the front of my teeth. And I do notice that my teeth are a little bit closer together, which I'm fine. That's not even a concern for me. But I know that it can, like when I first started wearing it, I did notice a little bit more sensitivity, like in the back. It's kind of like just getting used to just having that, because it is kind of like a cocoon for your teeth, and you're used to, when they're, move your jaw and stuff freely and stuff, and having that. And then also like it fitting, where like your joy comes together or whatever, just to the comfortableness of it. But I can see how I could create problems. I mean, I feel like I'm going to have a problem no matter what. So when I'm not paying $500 for a mouth guard, I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not. I'm comfortable with mine. And it's really interesting because my previous dentist have brought this up, and she stated that, and I even asked specifically, do I need a custom mouth guard? And she was like, one of those in the store should suit you just fine. Most people pay all this money for an expensive mouth guard, and most of them don't even wear it half the time. But she said that the ones in the store, as long as you get a decent one, work just as well as those in the office. And she was like, I'm not going to sit here and charge you all this money, hundreds of dollars for a mouth guard, especially when you're replacing it all the time. I've been told that by 2 dentists in the past. So now I go to this dentist and he's trying to sell me one. I'm going to go with the other thing. Like I go for my regular clean-ins twice. I'm trying to be better. I've been doing once a year, but twice a year for the cleanings, and look at the health of my teeth. I mean, I know the issues that I currently have, but I'm not trying to pay all this for a mouth guard. Luna says, I'm going to the skin doctor soon, and since it's a specialist, I will have to pay about $40, which is a bloody expensive. That's cheap here. That's a copay, right? Like, is that your flat rate, just $40? Because that's not bad. Because I would have to pay, I mean, I use the military VA here, thankfully, but they definitely have their drawbacks. Okay, I'll tell you that. But when I was doing like regular civilian stuff, healthcare, I would have to pay a copay, which was $30. And then we had that 80/20 until I reached my deductible. And then once I reached my deductible, then they would pay 100%. But a lot of times you don't even get to that. So if you're just paying $40 by itself, Chris says doctors are the worst for giving you pills. They don't always check for interactions and often will give you the wrong dosage. It's always best to make friends with your local pharmacist. Yeah, pharmacists are pretty good. I've had some pharmacists. They pull you to the side, make sure you are who you say you are. I appreciate that. It's invasive, but I appreciate you. Hey, are you who you are? And did this doctor give this to you? Let me call them. I get it. The only time I don't mind is when I'm on a time limit. It's like, dang, how about you do all this and I come back, But I appreciate all that. Them pharmacists be on point, okay? Alicia says, if a doctor's dentist actually prevent it or fix the problem without giving you pills like candy, then we will be better off. Yeah, but the money is in all the pills and keeping people sick. It's a money grab, especially in the U.S. I don't know about other countries, but in the U.S., everything's a money grab. It's just like with the pandemic, using that as the excuse about why they're going to triple the price of everything and leave it there. It's a money grab. All of it's a money grab. That's why I hate when things break or I got to go fix or pay for something that I need because I already know it's expensive. It's crazy. Hello, Miss Mel. How are you doing today? What's going on? Molly says, I'm officially here, moved into bedroom to read with the eyeballs. Yay, Molly. You got this. You got this. I'm reading with my eyeballs today, too. I'm excited about that. Jessica says, I'm going to the dentist. Everybody's going to the dentist. It's that time. I like going to the dentist. Okay. Although I hate it when they make you talk with their hands in their mouth, your mouth. Yeah, because then they're asking you a question and you're talking, and then they put the little suction and you're like, ugh, or they're doing something and you're like, okay, then. It's like you have to take this break. It's like, look, let's just not have this conversation. I really wish, though, that they would just give you like one of those little, I saw it online. It's one of those disposable heated eye masks. Some people do that like when they go to them fancy salons and get those long detox treatments on their hair. So they're sitting at the bowl and they have the heated mask. I wish they would do something like that, just like a blackout. That way you're not like trying to figure out where you should be looking. It's just uncomfortable. I just don't like that at all. Mm-mm-mm-mm. At least when you go to like the lady doctor, hell, they're the other end. They try to talk to you sometimes too. I'd be like, don't talk to me unless it's a specific medical question because we are not friends and I don't want to be friends. Okay. We're not friends. Let's leave it that way. I mean that respectfully. We are not friends and I don't want to be friends if you're digging in my junk. But when you go to the lady doctor, the ones I've been to lately, they have murals on the ceiling. So that's pretty fun. You're like, yeah, right. But you can sit there and look at that and daydream while you're like, what the heck? Can this over with? Hello, Andrea. Dentist appointments got a lot more relaxing after I switched to a new one. I felt a lot less judged. Sometimes you do need to switch. I will say that. Okay. I'm newer here. This is my first one. The people were nice. Don't get me wrong. It's just they still all do like the upsell on something. Here, I thought the dental hygienist was a really cool lady. The doctor was okay. He was kind of like quick about things and matter of fact. But then I went to the dental hygienist and she put me very much at ease about the mouth guard, about the cleaning. She even talked to me about toothpaste and stuff. I really liked her a lot. But yeah, it's just nerve-wracking all the way around. And sometimes when you go to those big clinics, like I went to one that was a huge clinic when I was in New Jersey, right? And before I switched to, I've been to a few ones, but it was a huge clinic. And it was like a well-oiled machine. Like they were even open till like 7 o'clock at night and even on Saturdays. It was like 5 dentists and 10 hygienists and stuff. And they were quick with the dental cleaning. I'm like, we're done? I don't remember the dude flossing my teeth. Oh, so yeah, I think they've definitely cut down, excuse me, on the services in the last few years for hygienists of how long they spend with patients. Because I remember I used to have a cleaning when I first got them done. They were like maybe a 45-minute process. Now they're like 15 minutes. I counted with my last one. I was just like, dang, this is quick. That's how it is. Yeah, but you don't want to feel judged by that. But the only way to not feel judged at those offices is saying yes and shelling out your credit card for anything they recommend. And that's annoying. You got to say no. Luna says hello to Mel and to Molly. Dinner time here, so I'll pause and catch up later. Awesome. Okay, enjoy dinner, okay? Eat some good stuff for us. Mel coming through with the hearts. I love them. It's like hiring cleaners for your home and then cleaning the house before they get there. You got to do a little bit. To me, it's more straightening up. I'll leave the dirt for you, but you want to straighten up, you know. You don't want them to think you're a complete slob. Andrea says, what kind of dentist do you have? I'm baffled. What kind of dentist? Just a regular one. I'm not sure. Just a regular dude. Hello, Christine. How y'all doing today? Welcome, welcome. Norway. Okay, I was right. Okay. Ugh. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, it sounds, I think Norway, but I could be wrong. Okay, that worked. Hey, it's nice when, you know, so is that government? So she said that they didn't have insurance. Is it just like a blanket, what do you call, like a universal insurance, or is that what it's called? Universal health plan, or is it just you got to pay? I'm curious how that is, because you know you have the NIHS in England type thing. Hello, Miss Jane. How are you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Christina. Welcome to the fold. What are you up to? Oh, here's the Read Your Library announcements. Here's the Sprint trolley as well. And here are the things. We're going to hydrate, feed ourselves, check the laundry, med, stretch, show some love to the like button, sub, and ring the bell to be notified. I like all of those things. I like those things. Chris says mouth guards can misalign your bite. It can cause jaw problems, including TMJ disorder, and they can really aggravate the jaw muscles. Ooh. Dentist will then send you to therapy to help with the muscles. Oh, yeah. I got to keep an eye on that. I haven't noticed that lately. I already have like an underbite. So, oh, that's interesting. Okay. I will keep an eye on that. I bet you if you're like a huge biter grinder, I bet you that's like be really aggravating with a bulky mouth guard, which is good because mine isn't bulky. I do like that, but I have seen some really bulky ones. And the dentist and the dental hygienist was talking about getting the one that's like one, like the upper, like don't get two, because I tried that before, but you should only get one that covers like your upper teeth, instead of two in there. But yeah, I can see all that happening for sure. Y'all, medical. We should be like Star Trek, where you just get into the little health booth or whatever, and they just fix everything. Hey, better yet, let's get the replicator because I don't want to cook either. Let me just dial in what I want, and hopefully it has no calories in it. You know what I'm saying? Corman says, I hate my new dentist. It's her first official job, and she is too chipper and high energy. I need calm and quiet. Is she good at what she does, though? I appreciate you giving old girl a chance. I clean before my cleaner comes just so she can focus on what I don't get to. Is that weird? I mean, if that's how you feel, I mean, I would not pay her full price if you're doing a really good job up front. Like maybe pay her to clean half. I don't have a cleaner, so I don't know. It's me and my husband are the cleaner. We better do a good job. But I can see straightening up, but I'm not going to do a big old full clean. Like I'm not going to clean the shower or clean the tub before the cleaner comes. Like that's your job. I don't mean that in a bad way, but that's your job, I'm not going to sweep the floor and then you just get the residuals, but it depends on what you want them to focus on. Molly says there's nothing wrong with telling her that nicely. Exactly. Yeah. You can tell her in a very nice way, hey, can we calm down? Or like this, I've had a really just stressful day. It's been very noisy, and I just need a little silence. That's not worth that, If she doesn't comply, then you might need to get another person. But I think that's good. But you know what? Catch her in a few years when she's like sick of patience. She'll be a lot more calm. Oh, man. Andrea says, I just find the whole upsell thing bizarre. It's capitalism. Mel says hello to Sarah. I believe Norway does have a universal healthcare system. There you go. That's the term. There we go. That ought to be nice. I know in those situations, there's still people that get their private insurance and you probably get, better care, but still to get the basics covered and not have to pay for it. I mean, actually, you're already paying for it anyway. That's what your taxpayer dollars are for. So here they get you for everything. It's crazy. Andrea says, don't know about Norway, but in Sweden, the government pays a portion of the dentist costs. It's still a bit expensive, though. Yeah, it's always something that's going on. It's always something you got to pay for. Like, it's not anything that you're ever going to be like, hey, this is completely free. I ain't paying nothing out of pocket. Nothing out of pocket. Especially here. Take y'all blessings, y'all. You'll probably get better health care than we do here. Probably less biasness in it, too. So that's another thing. Christina says, I'm good, working on the seasonal deep clean and trying not to get sick this time. Ooh, who you telling? Okay. Sometimes you need to put that little mask on, them COVID surgical masks. I have done that when I've been having really bad allergies, like when I had pets. My husband was like, why are you walking around the house sweeping, vacuuming with a mask on? It's just us. I'm like, because we got all these pets. Gotta do what you gotta do, Christina. I bet you it's gonna be smelling good afterwards. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, y'all, let's get to, we might as well. We've been talking. Let's get to this day in history here. And then we'll get to our next sprint, April 14th. April. This month is flying by, y'all. Tomorrow will be half the month. Can you believe it? On its way. Oh, I didn't even tell you what I did this weekend, but we'll get to that later. If not, I am sprinting tomorrow, by the way, y'all. So we have some more chaos this way. It's 12 to, I believe, 6 tomorrow. April 14th, there was a dust storm in 1935. A dust storm turned when an enormous cloud of sand and dust blew into the U.S.'s drought-stricken southern plains, giving the area's famous name, the Dust Bowl. That's a lot of dust there, y'all. Seeps into everything. Loretta Lynn, country singer, was born today as well. Let's see. In 2010, an explosive eruption of a volcano on the Icelandic ice cap of, I cannot say that, Eyjafjallajökull. I butchered that, but that's a long name. Spewed huge quantities of ash into the atmosphere, causing air traffic chaos across large parts of Europe for a week afterwards. Woo! Icelandic volcano blew. Battle in space in 1561. Residents of Nuremberg in modern Germany reported seeing hundreds of unidentified flying objects fighting with each other in the sky at sunrise. It's now thought that they saw a sundog, which is a type of natural phenomenon similar to a rainbow. That's very interesting. A sundog is like a rainbow, and you have all these objects fighting with each other. That's very interesting. Be curious to have seen that on video. 1561. What also happened? In 1865, Lincoln was assassinated. In 1986, in Bangladesh, 92 people were killed by the heaviest hailstorms on record. Some trucks weighing up to 2 pounds. Can you imagine just things falling from the sky, 2 pounds each? And in 1990, Georgians held the first ever Day of the Georgian Language, celebrating the country's official language. Interesting. Okay. So we have volcanic eruptions, dust storm, Loretta Lynn. You have sundogs. Lincoln died. That's this day in history. All right, let's see. Where are we at? I lost my spot. Okay, there we go. Jane says, here in Canada, the government has only just started covering dental care. Most people have separate insurance for dental. Ooh, I never thought of that. I always thought when you had universal health care, it covered everything. So dental is not normally included. What about vision? Would that be considered medical? I wonder why dental's not included as medical. Let me know. Why do some people not consider? I mean, even here though, like when we get our medical plan, vision and dental is a separate insurance. It's not the same. So yeah, I can see. I just wonder why those insurances are not considered. No, I didn't get that right. Oh, why those are not considered as part of like a medical plan, and you got to get separate for it. All right. Hopefully that looks good. We'll see. It's free up to a certain age. I like free. Yeah, that's the ages that normally don't need it as much, right? Let's see. Sarah says in the Netherlands, you pay 15 euros on top of the 160 euros monthly for a dental insurance that covers 80%. And there is a limit to what a dentist can charge for treatment set by the government. See, that's just like the EOB there, but it's automatically set. Yep, there we go. Ooh, how many dollars is a euro? 160. Isn't that almost quite like the American dollar, but like close enough, like $1 to $1.50 or something? That still seems like a lot. Like my dental is, there's 2 plans. I think one's like $8 every pay period. Or maybe it's 11. And then the other's like 16 or 17 per pay period, which is like every 2 weeks. So it's really like $20 or $28 or something, or $20. roughly $20, like 16 and like 32, something like that. Alicia says, I'll be back. Got the hubby's truck to go look at again. Oh, don't you love getting things done? Mm-mm-mm. Okay, good luck with that. Hopefully they don't get too much from in the money arena on that one. Say hello to Christina. Sprint's more fun. It should be a good time. So excited because my new vacuum got here. Yay! See, that's how you know when you're getting older and stuff. You get excited. Like, I like a good new vacuum. Get a new broom, you know. Oh, I got new carpets. Like, oh, okay, don't throw me with a good time. Let's see. I hope the vacuum does this thing. Yeah, I know, right? I'm excited for you. Okay, I need a new one too. Hello, Skylar. How you doing? Why is it? It's always so, right? It keeps you on the map in Nuremberg. I'm listening to "We Burn So Bright" by TJ Klune, 63%, and I also need a vacuum. Hey, you know what? You can always use that that manual push brush. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, we had that. That only works on those smart carpets, like that small pile that you have like at work carpets. But yeah, you don't want to have that at home, them plush carpets. Them suckers don't pick up nothing. Christina says Brandy's up next at 8. Then we're back with Courtney at noon tomorrow up until nails stop. Just updated the playlist, so be sure to refresh. Thank you very much. Okay, 8 p.m. is going to be Brandy, me, and Nell tomorrow. Perfecto. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Christina says hi to Sarah so far as Purdy Purple. Oh, it's purple? Oh, okay. I'm not mad at that. I like that. Okay. Hey, in style. Okay, in style. Sarah says 160 euros is for everything, national health insurance. I mean, so no one pays more than 200 euros for everything related, and you can get up to 100 euros back monthly. Wait, hold up. So you're paying 200 monthly, but you can get about 100 back? Huh. How do you get money back? I'm curious. I wish I could get some stuff back here. Like, hey, you didn't have any major medical scares. Okay, we'll give you a rebate, like a credit card or something. Yeah, America's not playing with any of that. You're getting nothing back. Okay. Hey, Leslie, how you doing? Oh, you has for a dentist appointment here. Wow. Ooh. That's interesting. Huh. See here. Okay, you get insurance. Okay, obviously, if you have insurance. If you don't, then you got to pay. But here, if you have insurance, then if it's a preventative maintenance, and this is why dentists here get us, is normally preventative maintenance, which is an annual screening. Well, normally they do it twice, and a dental cleaning. Well, annual screening, and I think you get 2 cleanings a year. They're included, so they're free. When you go to the doctor, no co-pays, none of that, right? But if you go for like work being done, then there is a cost. And I think that's the reason why dentists here try to also get you, because they're not making anything off of a preventive maintenance appointments. It's only when you get work done. So they make up appointments. So yeah. That's interesting. I'm playing catch up here. Oh, no biggie. I said that to the unchild. You know, you're getting old, being cleanings or a nice clean house is sexy. Okay, it's sexy. It's nice. If I could like day drink and clean my house, which I used to, I haven't done that in a minute, but that's fun. It's not fun when you have somebody else there and you're cleaning around them. That's not fun. If you're here, you need to help. Otherwise, I'm not cleaning. That's my new thing. Unless we're doing it together, it's not getting done. So we don't get a lot of things done. But I am less stressed, okay? Less stressed. Christina says hello to Leslie, and Jane says about $100 for a dental appointment in Canada. Dang. Okay, is that the cleaning? I'm trying to figure out what that includes then. If you're going to have this dental appointment, what's included? Like if that's just a checkup and a cleaning, and that's $100, or can I get anything done for that? My dog is shedding his winter coat, so I still have to vacuum once a day. It's everywhere. Ooh, I remember those days. So Skylar, I commend you. Okay, love the dog, hate the hair. Oh my gosh, yes, I love having a hyperallergenic pet who does not shed. She is like real like hair, fur, or whatever. So we cut it, but I refuse to ever get a pet that sheds again. I told my husband that. I refuse. I'm just not going to do it. I don't care if it's a breed that you love. You better find another breed, cat or dog. I don't want a pet that sheds. I'm not going back. I'm not going back. I'm not going back. Sarah says my cleaner is paid by the insurance. Oh, okay. Okay, there you go. That's good. That's good. Luna says, when I see a doctor, I've always used public service, even the specialists only pay the user fee. Oh, okay. Hey, I'll take that. Okay. That's still way more affordable than here for sure. Here we pay for the insurance, then you pay for the copay, the user fee when you get there, and then you probably still pay a percentage of it too. It's nuts. Christina says, I have not done any day drinking in a long time, but yeah, that might make cleaning more fun. True, but here's the thing. You got to make sure that you pace yourself, okay? Like it sips. It's not like, let me get a whole nother bottle. That's for at the end. But it's a fun time, I get a lot of things done. You got to start early though to clean and stuff because, you're a little tipsy later in the day. But no, it just makes things go quicker and you're killing two birds with one stone, put on a little radio. Sometimes I put on an audiobook, but I ain't done that in years. It used to be a good time, but my husband started working from home, so that kind of nixed all that. But yeah, but this month is dry month, so no drinking this month either. So, and Moose has some fur. I love that name. All the fur, y'all. The things we do for those little pets we love. Skylar has 100-pound long-haired German Shepherd. Oh yeah, they should. Oh yeah, hey, you gotta love your babies. You gotta do what you need to do for them, right? When my dog died, I said I only wanted another one if it was hyperallergenic. But then my sister got dogs and then moved, so now I have theirs too. Yeah, the things you do for people you love, right? Yeah, I definitely don't want another pet. That sheds. I would strongly try my best not to. Sarah says day drinking and enjoying a cleaning is fun now and then. Well, I don't know about the second part. I don't partake, but that first part, I'm all for it. Okay. But I would think that combo there, that'll get you in trouble. How much cleaning are we doing? I would think you're going to sit down and completely forget that you were supposed to be cleaning. People come in and be like, why is the mop and the broom in the middle of the floor? 45 and sounds much more than 45. Hold up. 100 pounds sounds so much more than 45 kilograms. And you got to do that math out there, right? Oh my gosh. So not wasted by breakfast. Exactly. Now you got to start after. Like if I was to do some day drinking, it would start like lunchtime. You gotta, yeah. Start by lunchtime. The breakfast may be a little bit too early, Oh yeah, let's get to this last sprint here, okay? Let's see, where's my screen here? We got a fun little race going on here. Hopefully it pulls up on your screen. Where is it at? It's coming. There we go. We got the little dookie race here. So we got 1 through 4. Ooh, I like the hair on the 1. Let me change on my screen here just a little bit. Come on. Okay, I don't know what's going on with Restream is doing some stuff today, y'all. Where did I go on the screen? I disappeared. Let me know if y'all could hear me. I'm trying to figure out how to get myself back. Oh no, it says page. It's unresponsive. No. Uh-oh. Did my stream crash? No, I want to wait. Oh my gosh. All right, y'all. Type in the chats. Let me know if you can hear me. It says basically my screen has crashed. In your chat, so that's good. Sorry. I'm trying to see what y'all see on the computer here. Are we gonna have to end this? Okay, I see something different than what y'all see. I don't even see myself. I can't even start this. I don't even know what's going on. Okay, I'm gonna just start this timer. I'm gonna see if it starts. Put in the chat. Hopefully this doesn't completely crash out, but put in the chats what put it. Is that gonna start? I'm starting the timer. Okay, I'm gonna just start this timer. I'm gonna see if it starts. Put in the chat. Hopefully this doesn't completely crash out. Put in the chats what Okay, hopefully y'all can see me. I had to get out of it and come back in. I'm looking at what I see on YouTube versus what I'm seeing in front of me. Oh, and this still isn't allowing me to do anything. Don't know what's going on here. And I'm having the same issue. I'm not able to do anything in Restream besides get out of it. Oh, y'all. I don't know what's going on. It keeps coming up exit page. Okay. Okay, hopefully this has fixed the problem. It seems like I'm actually able to do a little bit more. Nope. Oh no, I keep having this. Maybe Ray Page is unresponsive. Okay, y'all. I'm not able to actually navigate around. I'm just able to get in and out. So I can't even use the mute button. All right. So here's what I'm going to do because I keep getting this wait and this exit the stream. So I'm going to end this stream now here. I'm sorry, y'all. We have about another 30 minutes, but I'm not able to navigate around a Restream at all. So I really can't do anything. I can just add. I couldn't even add the timer. Eh. Well, I probably need to reboot my computer. Okay, y'all. So I'm going to get out of here. I wonder if it'll allow me to do that too. So we will just end for the day here. I'm going to still go ahead and finish right here for 9 goblins and go from there. Okay. So thank y'all for coming today. I don't know what's going on with Restream. Hopefully it acts better tomorrow. Maybe too many people are using it. So books. Hold up.